Good evening. Greetings of today's program in English. Translation for both Sinhala and Tamil are available on Zoom. First of all, I heartily welcome our honorable guest speakers, Raj Yogini, Sister Hode, Coimbatore, India. Professor Mrs. Chandra Abhisekara, Mr. Nishanta Malavarachi, and our moderator, Mr. S. Velaidam. We would like to extend a special welcome to our invitees from all over the island and overseas. Let's create a light environment with a welcome dance by Brahmakumaris, Russia.
I fell asleep, don't know when. You woke me up at the end. I fell asleep, don't know when. You woke me up at the end. Lights are on, the darkness is gone. Standing right in the middle, I have my peace of mind. This is my time to shine. This is my golden time. Lost and I didn't even know it. Dimly lit the path, I chose it. It's a drama, it's a play, like the phases of a day. I have my peace of mind. This is my time to shine. This is my golden time. Cycles spin, the stages unfold, costumes change, but not the actors I am told. Going home, time for peace. Through the gates, I am free. Lights will lead the way for us, standing right in the middle. I have my peace of mind. This is my time to shine. This is my golden time. Lost and I didn't even know it. Dimly lit the path, I chose it. It's a drama, it's a play, like the phases of a day. I have my peace of mind. This is my time to shine. This is my golden time. I have my peace of mind. This is my time to shine. This is my golden time.
What a wonderful dance. It's a golden time for a new beginning. Challenges are gifts that force us to search a new center of gravity. Don't fight them, but find a new way to stand. Let's choose the best for this new year. Now, let's get into the panel discussion. Our moderator, Mr. S. Velaidam, the successful chairman of Sri Lanka Pharmacy Private Limited, Kandy, a visiting lecturer, AHS faculty, University of Perdania. He is the recipient of several awards, including gold medals for pharmaceutical science and Sahitya Award of Government of Sri Lanka. He represented Sri Lanka to the World Scout Jamboree held in USA at the age of 15 and visited 16 nations and 28 destinations, going around the world studying different communities and cultures. He is following the principles of Brahmakumaris for the past 26 years. In recognition of the contribution made for peace and harmony among the communities and toward national peace, appointed as Justice of Peace in the year 1998. He has applied spirituality in management leadership, benefiting the self and others. So, I invite Mr. S. Velaidam to take over the next session.
Thank you, Sister Abira, for that very elaborate introduction of myself, and just simply a brother to everyone. And that's what I enjoy most. If man can step onto the moon, stepping into the year 2022 with, I see some dots. Let us explore deeply with our panelists. There are three eminent people. Some common aspects of our panelists I just studied. Our three panelists are from humble beginnings. From childhood, they have focused on education, paid a lot of attention to personality development, extracurricular activities, and character building. They have served humanity tirelessly in the fields of education, life skills, health, industry, spirituality, and social responsibility. They are great achievers who have won people's appreciation, respect, and regard. They have received many accolades. They have stood the test of time throughout their lives, especially in the last few years. Now we recognize time as a very important resource in today's life. In fact, we don't count it in minutes anymore, we count it in seconds. So every word and every second of our panelists is invaluable. I'm sure all those present today are going to get something very special for their life to take home. With this, I would be inviting the panelists in this order. First, it will be Rajyogni Kodai, followed by Mr. Nishanta Malavarachi, and then our professor, Mrs. Chandra Abesekara. I will now introduce our special guest from India. Rajyogni Kodai is a graduate of commerce from Stella Maris College, Chennai, one of the most reputed colleges for women. She was a consistent topper in school and a state rank holder in commerce. As a competent all-rounder in the academics, sports, dramatics, debating art, and social welfare, she was adjudged as the best outgoing student of the college for that year. She is now the whole-time director of Arpukote Sri Ramalinga Spinners Private Limited and additional director of Sri Ramalinga Mills Private Limited. She has been conferred the Best Entrepreneur Award in the year 2007 and the Women Achievers Award in the year 2014. She is also into many other industries: cleaning, pressing, commercial leasing, warehousing, logistics, and education. As a committed spiritual aspirant, She is actively involved in the activities of the Brahmakumaris in India. She is known for her very simple, clear, and practical orations, which capture the hearts of any type of audience. Now, I invite her to share her experience. Life in the last 2 years, the whole universe moved from normal to not normal. You are here as a great achiever, unshakable, immovable in your faith and commitment to life. Briefly share your experience and any special learning over the happenings of the last 2 years. Over to our beloved sister.
Om Shanti, everyone, and thank you so much for the generous introduction, brother. The last 2 years, as you said, have been challenging for everyone, but I like to look at it in a different way because I experienced it in a different way. When lockdown was first announced, of course, I do not need to elaborate on the negatives of what happened, but I was also part of it. I also went through it, but with a different mindset. For me, it was beautiful. It is not that I was cold-hearted to what was happening around the world. Every day, we used to meditate and send vibrations of peace, solace, and comfort to all those suffering brothers and sisters all over the world. But besides that, normally life is so fast. You have so many things to do. And when there was lockdown, it felt like a holiday for me. I didn't have to go to work. My father also didn't have to go to work. It was a beautiful time to connect with family. We spent such quality time together. I had so much time to learn new recipes, listen to online spiritual lectures. I had so much time to meditate. So it was a blessing in disguise too. So I learned this lesson from the whole experience of 2 years. Come what may, let anything happen, but every problem has within it a great opportunity. So it all depends upon how you look at the problem. If you were to keep a stone very close to your eye, you will only see the stone, even if it's just 1 inch. But if you kept that stone at a distance, you would see the stone, you would know its size, you would know its worth, but you would also see a lot of other things like the garden and the flowers and so many other things. So likewise, this exercise in these 2 years taught me to put the risks and problems at a distance and see them for what they are, not more. And how is that possible? It's only when you're able to see opportunities around, when you're able to appreciate the little goodies in life. Did we ever appreciate the time that we got for ourselves? Did we ever appreciate the opportunity to connect and bond with relatives who are living at home? And I learned that gratitude makes life so beautiful. Prior to lockdown, did we ever think that we could meet up and connect with people real time? After lockdown, it was only virtual connections. Prior to lockdown, did we ever thank heavens that we never had to wear masks while going out? Now we understand what a blessing it was those days. So how nice it would be when you spend your time appreciating life and things around you. I thought it made myself a lot more happier in the same situation when I learned to appreciate gratefully.
Thank you very much, Rajogni Gode. It was really wonderful. You have taken the opportunity to empower yourself with the right thinking and appreciating the opportunity and bringing that what was most required to help others connect with family. It's beautiful. Now I'd like to invite Brother Nishant Malavarachi Before I really go into the sharing, he's a young, dynamic personality, very unique. Only 42 years, but what are his achievements? It's indeed very, very special. He's a social scientist, and multifaceted career includes 15 years of professional experience with local and international institutions, including governmental, non-governmental organizations, specialized agencies of the United Nations, such as Food and Agriculture Organization. Because he has so many connections, I just cannot summarize it. Experience covers diversified fields of development, development project management, development communication, public relations, applied research. And what caught my mind was public policy analysis and youth empowerment, teaching and training youth. He has represented Sri Lanka on very many occasions to the United Nations, UNESCO, World Bank, International Institute for Public Ethics, International Organization for Migration, and Global Peace Initiative of Women USA. Actually, he is a recipient of many accolades. I just mentioned some of them. Fulbright Scholar, Fellow International Development Research Center, IDRC Canada, the Outstanding Young Persons TOIP Award by United Nations Friendship Organization, Youth Development Professional accredited by the Commonwealth UK, member of the International Sustainable Development Research Society, Norway, and he is co-chair for South and West Asia region of the Global Youth Leaders Network. So who else can be a good panelist for today than him? Over to you, brother. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Thank you very much, and for the nice introduction. I consider it a privilege to be among with wonderful personalities with high achievers in their both professional and personal lives. So it gives me a privilege to be among with this distinguished panelist. As you said, though I may be the youngest comparatively, but since I got a lot of experience through hard work, so the past 2 years it has been challenging, and as you mentioned little bit about my background and my experience, it was a blessing for me. Again, even for me it was kind of like a blessing the time period, even though there were a lot of negative aspect of it, but I considered it as an opportunity, and then I went for the opportunities and I grabbed those opportunities, especially to train my co-workers using the new information communication technology, such as the one we are being connected today, using remote connections, remote communication technology. I have been able to empower them, whether they are working with me at my office or maybe outside of office. So this communication, constant communication, keeping communication with each other was a bit of challenging, but within the lockdown during the past 2 years, I saw it as an opportunity also, because even though it's not a physical context, sometimes when you do not have a physical context, when you cannot talk eyeball to eyeball, and then you are being connected remotely, then you have an additional effort. You need to take an additional strength into your mind, and even every bit of word that you speak up, because you really wanted to express yourselves from the inner feelings, the heartly feelings, and so you are connected with each other, and then your communication, the flow of communication goes smoothly when you are being connected smoothly. So when I say smoothly, so that means you need to take an extra effort to maintain your contacts, to maintain your communications. But in normal day-to-day situations, I don't think that we as human beings would have been paying much attention in order to take an extra effort to maintain the communication with one another, because always your mind tells you, you feel it's like yes, you can do it anytime, because you are talking to the person next to you, and then you can use all your non-verbal clues, and also not only the non-verbal cues, you can use whatever the other communication tactics, methods, everything. But when you are at a distance, you be very, it's not kind of like an effortless communication. You need some more effort than a close communication. So when you put that efforts in, that you really feel that you are being taken a further a step ahead in order to maintain the communication. I think that laid out the foundation for us to move ahead, facing different challenges, and also seeing alternative opportunities, many alternatives. How do we overcome these challenges together as a team? And when you are working on remote basis, that has been my experience, you need to explain everything using the communication technology, and you have to put a little bit of an extra effort to get other people work, and also to work with one another. So that means your dedication, commitment, teamwork, that is being put always into a common agreement, and then at the end of the day, in the end, you achieve a lot. So I considered it as a blessing in a way, even though there are lots of negative things, but we don't want to move into the next year, as we are going through the calendar, and then we are hoping for the next year to move in, and then it will be a new beginning. So let us forget about whatever the negatives, and then take all the inner strengths and the strength around us, and then take all these efforts in order to achieve our wishes, and also to overcome challenges in the year 2022. So I think in that sense, my work has been more successful, because I have been able to also dedicate a lot of time on training my colleagues on using communication technology, whether they may be reluctant to use the communication technology, and then I may be reluctant, because I might be thinking I may also be little kind of like, I mean, out of my young age, and then not a fan of this technology or new media, social media. But I mean, we saw that, I mean, there are tremendous benefit out of it. So we have been able to explore all of them. So with that, we have been able to achieve a lot.
Thank you, brother. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, from your dynamic position as the chief statistician for Ampara and Eastern District, and all your experience, it's good to help people when they are in trouble. And you took the opportunity as a blessing, in spite of all the negativities that were around us. And a few things that you mentioned really touched me. You said about inner strength. I think this is exactly what all of us need if we want to be happy all the time, thinking good not only for me, not only for others, not only for human beings, but for the environment and even the five elements of matter. So thank you very much for your contribution. Now I invite Professor Chandra Abesekar, the senior most person today in the panel. She was the best student of Mahamaya Girls College, Kandy, one of the most reputed colleges in Sri Lanka. Completed MBBS from Peradeniya University, again a reputed university, in 1974. Diploma in Child Health, London, 1983. MRCP, UK, 1983. And she's a board certified consultant in Postgraduate Institute of Medicine, 1991. Fellow of the Sri Lanka College of Pediatricians, 2004, and rated as one of the best pediatricians in Sri Lanka. Professor in Pediatrics and past President, Sri Lanka College of Pediatricians Association. Past President of Peradeniya Alumni Association of the faculty. President of Peradeniya Kidney Protection Society. And she has conducted many service programs all over the island and even in UK. She has taught undergraduates at the Faculty of Medicine from 1978 and postgraduate students at the Postgraduate Institute of Medicine, University of Colombo since 1991. She has participated in many research activities and international conferences, but the most important thing that everybody appreciates in her, because I have spoken to many of her patients, is a tender, caring, loving attitude towards children and their parents. It will be a wonderful opportunity to listen to you, Professor.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Velayudham, for that kind words of introduction. And I must thank you for inviting me to participate in this panel discussion. I think it was a pleasure. My experience during the last 2 years, I think I'll try to make it brief. You know, just before the lockdown of I had to leave to UK to be with my son and his family. So I think most probably it was the last flight that we took to Cardiff before the lockdown. And then we landed into a place which was empty. The airport was empty, the roads were empty, the shops were closed. And then straight from the airport, we went to my son's house. And then, you know, I thought, my gosh, you know, how are we going to be inside a house for now? We planned to stay for 6 months inside a house for 6 months, you know. Then soon I realized, you know, okay, we have to, you know, I was a very active person here back in Sri Lanka, was, you know, like working, seeing patients, and was leading a very active life. Then suddenly to be in one place I thought was going to be very difficult. But then I learned that, you know, it was a must that I had to do. And then we learned to live with that. So I had enough time, as you said, with the 24 hours of the day to look at myself, which I had never, which I did not have before. And then I was able to plan my day. So I started, you know, I had enough time to do listening to the sermons and then to do meditation and to do all the other work for myself rather than for the other. So I was used to get up early morning and like for 2-3 hours spent doing meditation and trying to look into myself and to my mind. And then did listen to a lot of Dhamma sermons where I gathered a lot of good information. And then we spent quality time, as it was a good for me because it was a summertime. And we were we could only go out to the garden and we could not even get out of the house or even to talk to the neighbors. So we spent, you know, evenings with the family, you know, talking to each other. And like in the garden, we, you know, used to share our past experiences. The children used to listen to us and we used to listen to their experiences, and we had real quality time together. And then we involved with gardening, and then we like did all the cooking together. And as I said, we tried to a lot of recipes we tried, and then we did a lot of exercises to ourselves. So we led a healthy life, and we took everything positive. And in fact, I stopped listening to the news, which gave me negative feelings. So the full the time, you know, spent mainly to build the inner peace of mind. And I think at the end of the 6 months, I was a rejuvenated person. And before I left to UK, I was involved with this charity work, the Peradeniya Kidney Protection Society, which we started to help the patients with kidney diseases coming to Peradeniya Hospital. So I was able to concentrate more on those charity work, which gave me the peace and I was, at the end of the day, I was very, very happy. So I think if everybody takes, things, the situation very in a positive manner, forgetting about the negative things and not, because we can't correct the whole world, we can't correct the others. We can only correct ourselves, our mind. So if we can be happy, I think the whole world will be happy. So that is what I have to say, Mr. Elijah.
Wonderful, golden words of wisdom. So it's nice to hear that you have used every second in a very practical manner. It's really beautiful that you were able to bring that inner peace. And also you mentioned that we must make effort to change ourselves, not be concerned that if another person changes, I change. So it's a beautiful point that you have driven on us, and not to be led by negative news, and to go into yourself, discover yourself. So some of the important points that you mentioned are very much connected with meditation that you have been practicing and the Dhamma lessons that you have been listening. So it's really a great opportunity that we all must make use of whatever the situation that comes, let it be anything, but focus on our own attention to move forward. Now, thank you, Professor. Now I go back to Rajyogni Kodai, and you are interested in spirituality, and you firmly believe spirituality to be the missing link that would put today's chaotic state of affairs straight, be it in the economy or industry or trade or politics or society or anything for that matter of fact. Can you enlighten us in a brief manner so that we can take it into our lives?
Of course, of course.
Right.
Spirituality is not something that's beyond the reach of the common man. Spirituality is to stay connected with the spirit, the inner being, that's all. Everybody likes independence, to be free, but spirituality teaches us how to really be independent. To really be independent, you have to be independent. That's all. Your dependence must be on your inner powers, your inner strength and resilience. Your dependence should be on the inner being's capacity to face and to overcome. Only when that inner strength, inner peace, inner joy, all these things are harnessed, your dependence to the outer circumstances is ended. Otherwise, you're dependent on good weather, you're dependent on good food, you're dependent on people who are always praising you. You cannot take all this to be constant always. So from good, it might change to bad, or it could be neutral. So if your mood depends on all these things being good always, then you're always dependent. Who wishes to be dependent on so many factors? Spirituality connects you to your real inner self. That's it. So then when you connect to yourself, it teaches you how to connect to God, Paramatma, who will actually fill the inner being. No one else in the world fills the inner being. Everybody probably fills your pocket or your bag or your bank account, or probably empties them all. But it is God who fills the inner being with whatever is actually necessary: peace, harmony, power, courage, joy, pure love. All these things God fills the inner being with. Only when the soul, the inner being, is full of these spiritual treasures will the soul stop craving for outer goodies Like, I need a good car and I need a good home. It's not wrong to have all that, but you don't need to be dependent on all that. Spirituality teaches that. And I think if every individual is independent like this, then that will set things straight for the whole world.
Thank you, sister. It's wonderful. Actually, you were really touching on the inherent qualities of the being. This is what we need to develop if we are to link ourselves with the truth. I put it in essence. I think it's a wonderful message you have given. But now at the end, we would like you to give us a message in few words to close later on. Now I invite Brother Nishanta. You have been associated with a lot of peace organizations. And I was really touched by the Women's Peace Forum that you attended in USA. Can you briefly tell us a very powerful message regarding your journey of peace?
Yes, you see that I have been also working last couple of years on the global initiative with the UN. It was a UN initiative. Everybody knows that is this Sustainable Development Goals. So when you go through the Sustainable Development Goals, there are indicators and also there are goals to be achieved. Peace is one of the Sustainable Development Goals, whereas without peace, you cannot sustain everything else, because it's part and parcel of all the aspect of development that we do. So when I was younger than this, so many years back, I had the opportunity to associate with a global movement called Global Peace Initiative of Women, that is based in the United States. It's, even though it's about global peace initiatives by women, it is not only limited to women, but they had the objective of empowering future young leaders. So when I was selected as the country representative for the Millennium Development Goals Conference that was held in the peace city of Hiroshima in Japan, then I got to know about this global peace initiative of women, and actually that's where we got together with some fellow young people coming from around the world, and then we proposed that the global peace initiative of women, an international initiative or an organization, may be in need of a youth wing. So that's how I became one of the founding members of the Young Leaders Peace Initiative that is attached to the GPIW, Global Youth Leadership Summit, in line with the Global Youth Leadership Summit. So through that, I had the opportunity to meet wonderful people, high flyers, and wonderful achievers in their both professional and personal life, and also in their spiritual life. So that has been a kind of like a blessing for me also to dream of myself whom I wanted to be in maybe in 10 years or 5 years, and the real backing, the support was given by those leaders, true leaders. They wanted to empower the next generation. So I got that empowerment, whereas I think it is my duty towards the humanity to empower some others. If I can empower at least one single young person, giving some advice or teaching him the way, and then or maybe sharing my experience, I think that is one of the most happiest the opportunities that I can have, so I can be happy of myself. So in that sense, it has been a good opportunity, and also I consider it was also kind of like a blessing in my life to get to know with the people and then organizations like that, international community, affiliating with the international community and the international fellow sisters and brothers. So that's open up a lot of new ways. So I'm not only looking at my country, looking at my community, and considering only about my the friends. So have become an universal citizen or a global citizen. So with that, we will be able to gain a lot in our life.
Thank you very much. It's a beautiful message. And especially you are focusing on the youth. It's a very important task at a time like this. We have to empower the future generations. So your endeavor, doing it at international level with UN and others, is very much appreciated. Now, I wish to call upon our professor. Just a word about, in the definition of health, there is an aspect called spiritual health. How would you share something about it for the benefit of all of us? Or they even call it as holistic health. Whatever your experience in your practice, applying the life values or virtues. Unmute yourself, Professor. Unmute yourself. Thank you.
Yes. The health, of course, we can talk in many ways, but I think when it comes to spiritual health, I think that comes into play everywhere. So with the the training the mind and to be peace, and the peaceful mind probably will help in overcoming the other illnesses, as well as you all know, all these like non-communicable diseases. The mind is the one that plays an important role. So if you can have a spiritual health, that probably will help the overall health, in my opinion. So we probably will have to not only treat illnesses with drugs and doing investigation and other things. I think we'll have to probably in future, we'll have to probably concentrate more on the spirituality and spiritual health and the mind training, which will benefit all the patients. Okay.
Wonderful. Because in the last 2 years, we have seen how the health sector had taken up so much of challenges in trying to serve the public and protect the public. And even they suggesting spiritual health be introduced in a larger dimension for the benefit of all of us. So that's why I put this to you, and you gave a wonderful reply that spiritual health can protect one's illnesses, protect us from illnesses in a greater manner.
This
So
should
I
start
take this. Yes, please.
Should start in very early life, really. I think even
beautiful.
Start in very early life.
Early life. That's really a wonderful message. It should start at home as a child with the parents. So I think this is what the Brahmakumaris say all the time. It's a question of building a very pure, powerful personality who can be benefit to everyone. So it's very good. I take this opportunity to wholeheartedly, one and all, appreciate the role of doctors, healthcare workers, and medical staff members who put their own health, families, and most importantly, their own lives at risk. The least we can do is appreciate them and cooperate with them. So you are the representative here. I'm sure you can give this message that we at Brahmakumaris are very, very grateful to all of you for what excellent work you are doing. So now I move on to the message. I hope Professor will give us a short message in essence for the new year, but you have already spoken in great length.
Yes.
Just few words.
Anyway, the short message would be, I think, without thinking of the past, and also, we should not talk much, think much about the future. If you live the present moment in a very peaceful manner and with the inner peace, I think that will probably benefit. So we'll have to move to 2022 with positive attitude and without any negative feelings. And we'll probably will have to live with all these problems that we are facing at the moment. But everything should be, we must go in positive manner.
Thank you. Thank you. We really appreciate your message. It's a very heart deepening message.
Yes.
So full gratitude to you. Now I would like to ask Mr. Nishanta, if you were to say in few words, what message do you have for the future? Just if you were to put it in a nutshell.
Yes, the message that I can pass on throughout my experience, and especially the experience that I have gained during last 2 years during these challenging times, don't be afraid with the challenges, that you have to face the challenges and take everything positively. There is a way out.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, finally, I go to Rajugni Gothe to sum up with a wonderful message for all of us once again. And I wish to express our profound thanks to the organizations in India connected with Brahmakumaris for the wonderful opportunity they have given to us today by sending you to participate in this event.
It's my pleasure to be here. And I also thank the organization in India for allowing me to participate with all of you. You want me to give a message?
Just a message.
Yes, but I feel, as you rightly said, messages should just be few words. Messages are not meant to be given in speaking. We should live our message. Our life should be our message. And assuming when you're looking at me giving this message and your screen went up and down and it was not at all stable, you're not going to listen to that message either. Likewise, 2022, think that you are beginning to write the message of your life. And the basic message should be stability. Irrespective of what happens around me, my honor lies in my stability, how stable I am when I'm responding to what happens. That should form the basis of your message. Beyond that, your message, each of us has to give a message. What would I like to fill in my biography this year? Would I like my biography to be inspiring or draining? Of course, everybody's going to face challenges, but only challenges make us champions. So welcome them. Doesn't matter. Don't think it's difficult. They are making you champions. And also take this year, do not postpone it for another day also. The time is drawing to a close. It's high time that we connected with God, that we actually inherited all the goodness that He is willing to shower on us. Please make time for meditation and spiritual knowledge and connection with God. You might ask, what's the advantage of it? When you connect with God, He's the only one who sees you as you are, who appreciates you as you are, and He uplifts you to who you can be. So such a mentor is waiting for you out there, waiting to mentor you into your deityhood, mentor you into your perfection. So take this opportunity. each one of us is born with a speciality. So as the professor said, it's time to look inward, to find that speciality in you, and to allow that speciality to spread to the world through your interactions. For some, it could be love. For some, it could be sweetness. Just imagine how beautiful this world would be if everyone were focused on bringing out their speciality in their interactions. So bring out your speciality in your interaction and make this world a special place, and make your life a special message, an inspiring message for everyone. Om Shanti.
Thank you very much, Sister Koday, for that wonderful, beautiful message. Because all your messages, the three of you messages, will go in the form of a greeting to the public in Sri Lanka. So I take this opportunity. All three of you are fit examples of a harmonious blending of spiritual energy. The way I imagine, or the way I saw you speaking today, listening to you, it gives me that you are the ones who can guide the society and guide the world. Thank you. If I am to put it short, you are the lamps of hope to all of us. So let me wish everyone Namaste, Aibovan, and Vanakkam.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks to
New
your
Year.
participation. Nice of you.
Our pleasure.
All the best.
All the best.
Over to Sister Abira.
Thank you, brother. We have listened to an excellent presentation. The positive messages would have covered us. I am sure all of us have taken benefit. Now, it's a time to receive good wishes in the form of positive affirmation for this new year. Please, all our invitees and our honorable guests, choose one number from 1 to 3. Messages will appear on your screen with your relevant number. When your number appears, you can read your message. And meanwhile, I'll also be reading. So let's have the positive affirmation messages on the screen. Please choose a number within 1, 2, 3. Now we'll have messages. Through your activity and your face, you teach others how to remain happy, how to smile. Number 2, because of your humble nature, others cooperate with you. 3, your loving attitude has hope to all who come in contact with you. The positive affirmations would have empowered us. Brahma Kumari services are rendered free of charge across the country through various centers and classes. For your information, screen now displays the location details. We also conduct Zoom classes. The time to thank. First of all, thanks to Almighty for guiding us in a right pathway to the right destination. My heart goes out to thank our honorable guest speakers for accepting our invitation and joining us for this evening. Thanks for sharing your valuable ideas and inspirational thoughts for the new beginning with Many thanks to our moderator who played a key role to bring out the best ideas from our guests. Then, I would like to thank all our invitees listening to the program till the end, which is a great encouragement for us to conduct such programs in the future. Programs could not have been possible without sheer contribution of our technical team. Thank you, Brother Umakandan and the team. Finally, I would like to give my regards and appreciation to all the people who made this program a reality and successful. Now, we come to the climax of the evening, meditation experience with a guided commentary by Sister Ambiga. Let's remain in meditation.
Let us together, collectively, go on a journey, but inwards, to open up our hearts, to wish everyone and bless a great, happy, and healthy year 2022. Wherever you are sitting, let the body be relaxed. Let the mind be relaxed too. Allow yourself completely in present, in this moment. Now, take a few breaths in and out. With this, let all the tension finish. Feel yourself peace inside. Now you become aware of the energy inside. There is a subtle power, a subtle energy, giving power to the whole body. This is the spiritual energy. And let all that energy rise up, concentrate behind the eyes. I am a living flame, spreading light of love, peace, purity, bliss, and truth. I start to experience deep sense of peace and silence. In this silence, I become aware of Supreme, the highest spiritual energy, the Almighty. joining me and all of us to bless a spiritual, therefore a prosperous year 2022. A new year means a new chapter. Let us wish and hope the year 2022 is an incredible part of our life, awakening all the spiritual powers and specialities. Let all the energy give a gift of a new life. May all truly find peace, pure love, happiness, and success in life. Knowing the past is past, let us be thankful for everything we are blessed with. Be strong, stable. Let us see the opportunities, not the problems. No matter what happens around, let's see only the positive side of life. Let each one, all of us, bring out all our spiritual powers and specialities. And let our life be a message itself. Let us make a good use of a beautiful year 2022. Welcome 2022 with new experiences. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Thank you all once again. Good night.
Thank you.